Jesus, I love reaches far to thank you, Jesus. It has washed me white.
Night, if you were with us evening, his soul was vexed and says, I am he, and they fall face down. Of the high priest's ear, his name was Malchus. And Jesus, your sword, scooped off that earlobe off the ground and placed it back on Malchus's ear, and he was instantly healed. By 4 a.m. this morning, Jesus was standing trial, Annas and Caiaphas. Caiaphas was the high priest who said this remarkable statement, and I quote, "You know nothing at all, nor do you consider that it is expedient for us that man should die for the people." End of quote. I don't know if he realized exactly what he was saying, that one man would take the place of all the people. The entire overnight trial was the religious authorities found in Jesus' mouth was released. And the inscription of his accusation, that we may see, and he did so by not saving himself from this cross as he prayed to his. But the other answering rebuked him, saying, "Have even been asked if the opportunity had presented itself. How will be granted to heaven?" access to heaven. You could come with him. And at 12 p.m. it says in Mark 15, noon, that there was darkness over the whole land until the 9th hour. So from 12 to 3, darkness covered the earth. In verse 34 of Mark 15, it says, at the 9th hour at 3 p.m., Jesus cried out with a loud voice saying, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, which is translated, my God, why have you forsaken me? And some of those who stood by when they heard that, they said, look, he's calling for Elijah. Then someone ran and filled a sponge full of sour wine, put it on a reed, and offered it to him to drink, saying, let him alone. Let us see if Elijah will come to take him down. And it says in verses 37 and 38 of Mark chapter 15, and Jesus cried out with a loud voice and breathed his last. We know that last sentence that he shared was, Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. And he breathed his last, and then Mark records for us that the veil of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The veil was a piece of fabric that was 1.5 feet thick. You're not going to go up there and tear it with your hands or get your scissors out and go snip, snip, snip. This veil was the very thing that separated sinful man from a holy God. It was the place that a high priest once a year could pass through into that holy of holy place and there sprinkle the blood offering upon the mercy seat. That same mercy seat that was topped with the cherub. Yet Jesus, who is our eternal high priest, ministered to him when he was those that were in a place where you would admit that, hey, I'm a sinner. You're the one that Jesus came. Every mistake, every failure, every accident, every additional wrongdoing, Jesus came to pay the price for that sin. And so when you're overwhelmed by the fellowship with God, it said since the beginning, even his name, when they said in Matthew, because it was the preparation, a prominent council member who the kingdom of God, come crucified to be left till the raven